All right. So apparently he also made we got him too today. So he also made a video. I'm just done with all this negativity. Legendary drops in the chat. Legendary Drop says somebody needs to tell that guy that the Olympic don't start till July. We've been criticizing $70 games since they rose the price. First of all, I'm basically the cracked out version of LD is really what it is. Legendary Drop says things in a very confident, facts exposed kind of way. I do it in a banana suit. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate that. What's up, LD? Chat, please do not. Okay, this is your first time here, LD. There's gonna be a lot of shit going on with chat and TTS. I hope you're ready, because now that they know you're here.
Try to relax your anus.
Get off my ass.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. All right, here is that same guy trying to talk about. Okay.
Look, there really isn't a lot I could say about Mario Kart World that's going to excite you one way or another.
Bro, there's no shot. There's no shot.
That man wears a Nintendo label called Cage.
And there it is.
HIV is kicking in at warp speed.
And there it is. And there it is, LD. Congratulations. Welcome to the channel.
Because the bottom line is, everywhere I've gone since April 2nd, it's just a bunch of drop the price, Mario.
Welcome LD to the banana and foot plan.
Guys, don't listen. He just got here, guys.
Legendary
listen.
Drops has joined the Goon gang.
Stop.
Alex, LD has worked in construction. He's heard it all.
Okay, good. Okay, so guys,
FYI, Alex enjoys wearing a cork cage while gooning.
This look at how fast this went. Look at how fast this went, chat. Look, you can't shock me. Oh, it's that kind of stream. That was like 10 seconds apart. That was like 10 seconds apart, bro. That didn't. What the fuck?
Nerevar needs to see this. Apparently bathwater is traded often in these lands.
Bro, stop. That was like a 10-second delay. And you can't shock me. Oh.
PC, do what Nintendo, get a Steam Deck.
Yeah, it's that kind of stream. Yeah, I got Rurikon into this.
Has free subs to Black gets yours.
I thought I saw you on YouTube acting like you were starting a weed whacker, but just off screen.
Alex, it's been 24 hours since you put me on the sex cross. I need to go back to work. Please let me down.
Fucking bullshit! Fucking bullshit! Fucking bullshit! Son of a bitch! Bullshit, don't go again!
I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and let fucking Legendary Drops shit on me in my own fucking stream. I'm not gonna do this. This is not how it's supposed to go. Yes, you is. Bro, chat, you're not, listen, stop. Stop letting other YouTubers walk in and do the same. You're already wearing the cage, though. He's been here for like 2 minutes. No, don't say LD gets us.
Take it like a man.
All right, that's not. All I need now is for Sid Alpha to show up. That's what I need now. All I need now in my life is for fucking Sid Alpha and fucking Rurikon to show up. That's what I need in my life right now. Are the three of them together doing the same thing? All right, let's finish up what this guy's saying. Because this is going to be our video for Tuesday. Why am I modded? Am I supposed to ban? No, you can just do whatever the fuck you want. It's just easier for me to catch your name. It's just easier for me to catch your name, LD. That's all. Because then I know if it's not somebody like, it's just easier that way. All right. You don't have to do shit, by the way. Don't worry. Okay. LD completed his Goon Squad Foot Clan initiation. It was a cuck joke. Am I supposed to ban people while he watches from a chair? I didn't read the rest of it. I didn't. This fucking guy. This fucking guy shows up. Why am I modded? Am I supposed to ban people while he watches from a chair?
Nintendo Prime, you may, but
This fucking guy.
Been here 5 minutes, he already assumed the position.
Bro. 3 minutes in, and this fucking guy's like, I've been here forever. Oh my god, dude, bro. LD just fit right in. Should we tell him this is a sex cult? No! Do not tell him this is also a... Why do you think I get views? Well, it's honestly because you're handsome. Let's be real. And you're like, you got really good hair too. I mean, let's be... I mean, 90% of it is just your hair. Let's be honest. That's what. All right, let's fucking finish this shit. True, I won't argue that. Yeah, see?
Kart World's not worth $80.
It's not.
Look, now we just had a dedicated Mario Kart World Direct that I absolutely adored and thought was really, really good. Maybe not the greatest direct ever of.
Why are you using a vidIQ thing? Like, you know that doesn't work. Like, whatever.
Of course, I think it's very hard to make that claim because I think about 5 minutes of the direct out of 15 was kind of wasted. But that being said, I actually really enjoy everything happening with Mario Kart World. And that sucks about being this person that enjoys this is I can't talk about it without being chastised, without being...
Stop fang-erling and chasing clout. Finish fast, I have a meeting in 20 minutes, also for our child's fund.
Can we finish the fucking video, please? The feed can be disturbing. Yeah, listen, that's just how it is, bro. All right. He's been getting negative feedback. Keep in mind that these Nintendo YouTubers are being paid by Nintendo to promote their games to their community. The
Blaze
backlash
it
is
up,
real.
bro. Happy 420.
All right, thank you for the 2 Canadian. I actually do not smoke weed or drink. But happy 420 to
Hear
you
that
too, bro.
jingling noise, chat? That isn't his car keys. He's totally wearing it.
Okay, listen.
Try to relax your anus.
I'm not wearing it. I'm not wearing it. I huff Fuda Musk, yes.
Called a shill without saying that I'm justifying $80 for all video games. And it's kind of weird because I've actually...
Bro, if you pull out a fucking inflation calculator, I
Alex
swear to
just
Christ.
smoked squirk from a cage.
That's true. Thank you, Smoke Show, for the 2.
avoided talking about this price stuff in general at the channel. We've had some light conversations on our podcast, but it's a very touchy subject because
it's not touchy. It's
when
$80
did you
fucking
give birth
dollars.
to your Oompa Loompa baby?
I did not. I wasn't pregnant. I wasn't butt pregnant. Stop it. Thank you for the 2, Duck Man. It's not about one game being $80. It's about a game like Mario Kart setting a precedent for every other game being $80. The fact that you're not touching upon it on your channel is in fact fucking stupid, because what you're doing is you're avoiding the conversation because you're excited about the Switch 2. You could be excited about the Switch 2 and still say, hey, this game should not be $80 fucking dollars. Because it is a touchy subject, because it's $80 fucking dollars. That's the problem. Okay. Here's the problem with Mario Kart being $80. If you buy the Switch 2, it's $450. If you buy Mario Kart, it's $80. If you buy the Switch 2 with Mario Kart as the bundle, it's $500, not $530, which means the real price of Mario Kart World is not $80, it's $50. Because if they're putting it in the fucking bundle for $50 extra, then it's not an $80 game, it's a $50 fucking game. How do you not grasp that concept? That's why it's a touchy subject, because people can clearly see they're getting ripped the fuck off. It's not a hard deal to like process. It's not a difficult thing to grasp.
Because in the end, we're talking about money, and we don't all have unlimited amounts of it, and we all have to decide for ourselves what the value of a dollar is. And
what the value of a dollar? Are we gonna fuck? I swear to Christ. I swear to fucking Christ. What the value of a dollar? The value of a dollar is the fact that a dollar doesn't buy you shit today. It's a touchy subject because nobody gives a shit about how much Nintendo fans pay for games. Is that Nintendo has opened up the door for us to get charged more? That's literally the fucking problem. That is literally the actual fucking problem. Because you know for a fact, LD, the moment that this game hits $80 fucking dollars and they're like, oh shit, well my game's worth $80 too, then every fucking game's gonna be charged at $80, and then nobody's gonna have fucking cheap games, and then everybody's just gonna fucking move to that goalpost, and they're gonna be like, well, why did our sales go down? Because nobody could buy the fucking game.
Alex's inspiration is Arnold.
Is it because he was a bodybuilder?
No, because Arnold got pregnant in the movie Junior.
They don't care about someone else's money or life as long as they show loyalty to their brand, which is sad. Those people never had to struggle before.
They've never had to struggle, Bash. You're 100% right. Thank you for the 5. Smoke Show, thank you for the 5. GTA 6 will be 80, and then everyone else will change it afterwards. Absolutely. 100% LD. That's, bro, I'm shocked that it hasn't been, what if, dude, if GTA 6 is $99.99, gaming is cooked.
what is valuable to us on an individual level? And while it could be absolutely
why does he have a stain on his jacket? You'll see it.
valid argument to say no video game
Okay,
is worth
sorry
$80.
for being impatient, but take a look what I gifted you on Steam.
I will, Ray. We're
promise
just trying to
you'll love it.
Well,
Don't
I will,
worry,
Ray.
It's not another asset flip, I swear.
Okay, I will.
Nintendo is putting cages on all of us.
All of us. All of us.
I also feel that that's all about the price you put on your own entertainment.
No way! AAA is cooked. Independents are going to undercut the fuck out of them and make them look like fools, just like what they did with Baldur's Gate and Elden Ring and Black Myth. I would agree with that, LD, to a specific point, because now that there's a subsegment there's a subsegment of indie games called triple I's, where they're trying to be the double A in between. So even that could, I think, get honestly pretty sketchy as well, because I've seen indie games try to charge way too much as well. A few of them have.
Harm and Smith look better than all of this fanboy.
Yeah, 100%. But I think games like Repo Schedule 1, I think that's where the big shit's going to be hitting, honestly. PoE 2, Schedule 1, Repo, like those games that are going to be priced correctly as indie, that's where the big shit's going to be hitting. 100%.
Own entertainment. Look, Nintendo's a multi-billion-dollar company. They're not going to go out of business if they price this game at $60. Heck, they wouldn't have gone out of business if they priced the Nintendo Switch 2 at $300. They could have literally taken a loss and made that all back on software sales of $60, $70, $50 games and been just fine. They would make less money and they would be less successful, but they would also be in a good place. Now,
how could they make less money? See, this is how you know this guy doesn't know anything about money.
MKW, the cow is us getting milked for everything.
Yep. Thank you, Killscreen. Thank you for the 2.
See chat. Alex is talking to LD and ignoring us.
I'm not.
Good God, Alex, invite him to the stream already. We can smell you pre-coming through your cage. Bombrush Cyberfunk was $40. Is that too much?
Fuck you, Bashy! Jesus Christ! My own fucking mod and supporter. Cooking me. Christ almighty. Am I buying a Switch 2? Fuck no. I'm just going to emulate it. Don't cry, they still love you? Yeah, fucking. This is love. What up, Nintendo? We came here to watch Bashy? Yeah, I know everybody did.
Would making less money and less successful lead to industry layoffs? Like,
bro, wait, what the fuck did you just say?
Fine. They would make less money and they would be less successful, but they would also be in a good place.
Indie, they are owned by Tencent. Last epoch is. As for indies taking over, is going to come down to Valve fixing its discoverability.
Yeah, I think that too, Rambling, with the discoverability aspect, 100%. Them being okay,
I love
so
you too, honey.
Thank you, Bashy. So, in this guy's mind, the only way you're successful is if you make more money. But if Nintendo would price their consoles cheaper and their games cheaper, then they can sell at a higher volume, which means they would sell to more people. And because they are selling to more customers, they are in fact making more money due to volume alone, even if they're selling at a loss. because the volume will outsell the loss that they're taking. It's just an Excel spreadsheet, bro. That's all it is. They went to the Excel spreadsheet and said, we can charge this and lose this many people, but make this much more money. That's all they did. That's all they did. So don't come in here talking about success. Because the Switch 2 was the easiest slam dunk for Nintendo of all time. If the LCD was $399, the OLED was $449, and games were $70, nobody would have said a fucking thing. That's it. Nobody would have said a word, bro. No, everybody would have been like, W. Fucking
Bro,
W.
$80 for games rendered at 1080p. Biggest scam since the PlayStation 5 Pro. Crying face emoji. Crying face emoji. Crying face emoji. Smiley face emoji. Smiley face emoji.
Yeah.
Smiley face emoji.
Yeah.
Your shoulders. Crying face emoji. Crying face emoji. Crying face emoji.
Thank you for the 5 4K60. I appreciate that.
Good job, Alex, with the X Volt hand graph.
You're welcome, Smoke Show. Thank you so much.
There's an old proverb that young empires with low tax rates get more revenue than old empires with high tax rates.
Is that true, General? Thank you for the 5.
Nintendo is not aiming to families anymore with Switch 2. They are aiming to their hardcore fanboys make as much money as they can early on the general.
But that's the problem, though. Those fanboys will run out. And what's made Nintendo carry on and make them the most success is the casual gaming market. And they forget that every other fucking generation.
Now, would making less money and less successful lead to
Thank you for the 5,
industry layoffs like everyone else has had?
Bro, what layoffs has Nintendo had? Hello? They make their games for like $10. What are we talking about here? Now we're using the industry layoffs excuse? Oh, but if you don't buy your games at a higher price, guys, the industry will have their layoffs, boys. So you got to keep the developers employed. It's your responsibility. No, it's fucking not. Their budgets are not my fucking problem. A game developer's budgets are not my fucking problem.
To come in their way, except for Nintendo, maybe or maybe not. It's hard to really know. I think it's okay for corporate entities to not have all of our money, right? I totally get that, and that is a very
but you want to give them most of your money or some of your money. How about they have to earn our fucking money? You ever thought of it like that?
I think that Nintendo wants to be gaming's luxury market, like Apple or Gucci.
Then they're in the wrong fucking house, boy. McLovin, thank you for the 5, but they're in the wrong fucking house. These companies need to earn your fucking money. Just like you go to your job and you clock in and you sacrifice your time for money. Well, earn it. You don't just get it.
pro-consumer thing. Things should be cheaper for the consumer. Companies don't need to be trillion-dollar companies like Apple and all of that, right? I mean, the irony of me saying that is I'm rocking an iPhone 16 Pro Max. So
fanboys will run out, and at that time, families will either upgrade by turning their Switch, or Nintendo will lower the prices of the console.
I just.
Like all the bottoms of the world, grind that shite.
Thank you for the 5, Navati. Thank you for the 5, Rambling. What?
I get it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and defend Nintendo because it's not my job to sell Mario Kart for them. That's their job. And whether or not they have done a good job convincing people to buy Mario Kart World is going to come down to the sales in the end. It's going to come down to your wallets and if you guys decide to spend the money. But what really sucks right now is we're on the precipice of a brand new generation of Nintendo that by all means seems really exciting. If you take the Mario Kart $80 controversy and you set that to the side, you take that and you put it over here.
Just pretend it doesn't fucking exist, guys. If you take the thing that's the worst part about the game and you just pretend it's not real. You take it and you just put it to the side. You just ignore it completely. It'll go away. Just
As a
there's
father
nothing to
of
see here,
four kids
guys.
in the game, Nintendo lost my respect and my dollar.
If you just take the issues that the game has, which is the price, and you just put it to the side. But I'm not trying to defend them or make you buy it. Just take the problem and put it over there.
64 kids are now 30 to 40 and kids born after 9/11 have bachelor's degrees now. Gamers are older than younger now.
Exactly, Mike. Exactly. And now is not the time.
Scarly's playing one of the MG's games live.
Oh, Scarly's playing the Metal Gear Solid games. We're going to watch her after. LD says, I don't need to defend them. Anyway, here's me defending them. Bro, that's exactly what this is. This is going to be Tuesday's video. This has got to be Tuesday's video. $95 Joy-Cons, bro. $95 Joy-Cons.
Nintendo Switch 2 should also be at most $350.
I think the console itself, rambling. So here's my hot take. I think the console itself is priced right in between the Steam Deck LCD and the Steam Deck OLED. I feel like it's going to perform around the same, but I also feel like if the console was $399 with an OLED screen and everything else kept the same and games were $60 to $70, this would have been the biggest slam dunk for Nintendo across the board. This would have been the easiest W, bro. If they marked that bitch $399 with an OLED screen and they were like, yo, games are 60 to 70, we're not even touching that, this would have been the easiest fucking W, bro. This was the easiest W, bro. And they fucked it up. How do you get to the fucking 1 yard line and fumble the ball? Sports analogy. If it was $450 with Mario Kart, that's just amazing. Bro, exactly, dude.
What you're left with is actually a lot of really great things happening. You're left with things like Donkey Kong Bonanza
at $70.
People ain't having as many kids.
I guess. I mean, yeah, I only have one. But it's fucking crazy, dude. But Mario Kart Bonanza is $70. Nobody gives a fuck about about fucking Donkey Kong Bonanza because it's a regular price game. And even then, I think games should be $50. I got mad when COD went to 60, and then everybody else went to 60 during the Xbox 360 era. It's stupid. When one company does it, they all do it.
Less cups in Grand Prix and Knockout Tour than in Mario Kart 8 DX in the base game alone. MKW should not cost $80.
I don't think it should just be. I don't think it should be $8 out of principle. Avatar, thank you for the 5.
People seemed legitimately excited about this, and there's buzz coming out of the Switch 2 experiences that this has the potential to at least be in the conversation for Game of the Year. I don't know if it's going to end up that good and if the whole game's experience actually holds up, but people seem genuinely excited about it, and no one seems to care that it's $70. Maybe
because people have already been programmed to accept the $70 game. The problem is you're doing another price hike inside of a generation that already had a price hike 5 years ago.
Is $84.99. Give 8-bit do a year. They will come out with a Pro 2 equivalent and it will be under $60.
Kareem, yeah, Marcellus, thank you. Thank you for the 5. True. Onyx, thank you for the 9 months. That's exactly what this is. We're getting another price hike inside the same generation that already had a price hike. So people are already conditioned for $70 games. What they're not conditioned to is getting a secondary price hike inside of a generation that already had a price hike. That's the problem. Omega Prime, thank you for the 2 months.
Remove Mario Kart World, you'll have a Nintendo handheld playing catch-up with PS4. Cyberpunk and Elden Ring finally appear on Nintendo consoles, Steam Deck, PlayStation and Xbox had them for years.
And not only that, but now they're trying to like throw around like, oh, but the expansion's not on the older consoles, therefore the Switch is more powerful than those consoles. Bro, nobody has their hands on it, so nobody fucking knows what's going on. And more than likely, what it probably is the reason for the fact that those expansions aren't there for Cyberpunk is that maybe the install base wasn't as big as it would have been for Cyberpunk on the other consoles. There's a lot of other things going on that nobody really fucking knows about.
Maybe that's because it's been normalized for a long time. I don't know.
Yes.
But people seem really, really excited about it. It also helps. We haven't had a 3D Donkey Kong game since, man, the N64, 1999. Like 26 years. It's been a long time. So people,
that's why people are excited.
Seem genuinely excited about that. People are glowing about the haptic feedbacks and the mouse controls on things like Drag and Drive. Even though not everyone really likes that experience, they do like the feel of the controls and how it works in that game. And we're actually hearing a lot about people liking the haptic feedback and mouse controls in a traditional shooting game like Metroid Prime 4. So people seem...
Again, the problem is the fucking price.
Hilariously enough, all GOTY and Players Voice winners this gen have been below $70 on Steam. Maybe the games aren't worth those prices after all.
Boom. Boom. Maybe that's what it is altogether. Kind of crazy, don't you think? Thank you for the
genuinely excited about the platform, the third-party games, even if they're not running at the greatest like frame rates and stuff right now, they're still running fairly decent, especially compared to similar hardware such as a Steam Deck. And in the end, everything seems to be pointing up for Nintendo, except for this big anchor around their necks that their best-selling franchise of all time has a brand new mainline game coming for the first time in 11 years on Nintendo Switch 2 at launch, and it's probably going to end up being the best-selling game on Nintendo Switch 2, but people can't get over that $80 price tag.
I wonder why, bro. I fucking wonder why, bro. I wonder why, bro.
It's kinda crazy that Nintendo didn't push up that DK game as their launch title. That game genuinely looks great. That should have been their launch.
Agreed. Agreed, Deep Fryer. Thank you for the 5. I wonder why, bro. Maybe because $80 is too fucking much? Is he crying? He sounds like he's crying. This has got to be Tuesday's video, chat. This and this guy's tweets has got to be Tuesday's video.
I'm not here to tell you that $80 is too much. I'm not here to tell you that $80 is worth it. I can only talk for myself, and I'm actually glowing about this game. If you had told me, let's say 3 months ago, that Mario Kart World was not just a launch game for Nintendo Switch, but it would be an open world collectathon, I would have said you're crazy. That sounds like something...
Whoa, like we haven't had that already with Forza Horizon 5. Nintendo is the bastion of...
Fucking bullshit! 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 Son of a bitch! Bullshit, don't go again!
Okay. Yeah, he thinks, I guess he's never played any other video games besides Mario games. I don't know. This is fucking insane, dude.
Since the $70 per stack games have been $100 here in Australia.
Yes, Demonic.
If they go to $80, then games will be above $100 here. And God. just God.
Demonic, thank you for the $5 reduce from Australia down under. Yeah, it's fucking crazy how he doesn't see the ramifications of a game being $80 like Mario Kart World that will sell incredibly well and be also $80 will then set every other publisher and developer saying we should charge that too when the games aren't worth $80.
Out of a dream world. That sounds like I am, on the 4chans and just pulling the random.
What did he say? What did he say? Did he say what I think he said?
The reason why I'm asking you to check what I sent you so that your chat can see what I gave you is because I'm afraid that you might not check before the stream ends.
I will, Ray. Thank you for the buck. I appreciate that. But we're in the middle of something. I'll check it. Did he say what I think he said?
On the 4chans and just pulling the random, rumors out of a hat of pipe.
So we are going to the website where the first 3 fucking rules of the website is you don't talk about the website.
We got a retard in the chat. We got a fucking idiot that don't know how to listen. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Get the fuck out of here.
The first 3 fucking rules of the website is you don't talk about the fucking website, you moron. Okay. Of course of course. I bet you he scrolls B all the time too. Guys, I'm on B all the time. It's so random and funny.
Dreaming. And you know what? That's what it is. We have hundreds of missions announced today. Hundreds. Well, just think about that.
Right,
you have the coins to collect, right? We have those question block panels to run over and unlock new areas and try new things. And that's all in that open world experience. That's before we even get to the multiplayer and the community features. And basically, this is looking like the Mario Kart of my dreams. Sans the fact I wouldn't mind, I guess, if they crossed over with Nintendo IP. Maybe that happens with DLC. I know they first dabbled with it with the DLC on Wii U for Mario Kart 8, and I would like to see them maybe.
Buddy, Mario Kart 8 had a fucking collaboration with Mercedes-Benz. What do you think is going to happen with this game? You think they're not going to have that kind of collaboration either? You think you're not going to have to pay for DLC with an $80 price tag of a game?
Dabble in that again for DLC for this game, but can't even talk about that because we start talking about DLC, you're still going to start talking about them charging even more money. Is that DLC going to be $20? It's going to be $25. Will it be $40 because the pay?
Oh, bro, if the fucking game is 80 and the DLC is 30 or 40, I'm gonna lose my shit. I gotta piss again, chat. Dude, this guy, bro. This fucking guy, bro. Mario 64 is the GOAT. I like Mario 64. I think it's, well, I like it more than Super Nintendo Mario, which is weird.
Base game is $80. And I know there's an argument about the $80 thing that, well, yeah, a majority of people at launch probably won't be paying $80 for Mario Kart World because there is a bundle, and it looks like the majority of units available in the US will be that bundle, which would knock the game down to $50. But obviously, it's a limited time bundle. It only runs through fall. That doesn't change the MSRP on the eShop. That doesn't change the MSRP at retail of $80. So, look, I'm not going to sit here and make that $50 argument. I'm just going to note that I'm not paying $80 for Mario Kart World. I'm paying $500 for the system and the game. And
So then shouldn't you, by that logic, look at that and say they are purposely lowering the price for a bundle, which will make the bundle then increase in price. And if they can afford to sell the game at $50 in the bundle, then they are literally able to sell the game at $50 directly. But instead of you being like, this is bullshit and it's fucking over the consumer, I'm going to just buy the $500 bundle instead. And I guarantee you it'll be a digital fucking copy as well. Won't even be physical. And if you see that the fact that you're spending $500, why are you defending the 80?
I obviously am going to find that worth it. And I really, really enjoy Mario Kart. This game looks like everything I always wanted Mario Kart to be. So I knew no matter what happened at the Direct today, we were going to be just avalanched with negative videos. Negative videos, negative videos, negative videos. There's no shortage of negative videos about Nintendo Switch 2 out there, whether they're based in reality. And look, I think it's fair if you want to criticize the cost of games. I think that is totally okay. I also think it's totally okay if you don't mind it, or if maybe you're sick of the conversation. And that's probably why.
Just consume. Don't question it. Just consume product and get excited for the next product.
This video exists. I'm sick of the conversation, and if I'm getting sick of it, I can't be the only one. And the problem is, that's going to make people think I'm a corporate shill. To be fair, they already think it because I make Nintendo content and have Nintendo in my username, on my hat, yada yada. Okay, look, people are going to.
The complete lack of self-awareness for this guy is something I've never experienced in my life. He's literally being a corporate shill and has no idea what he's doing. If it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck. It's a fucking duck.
He's got Nintendo on his hat. He's got Nintendo in his name. He does only Nintendo videos. But he's not a corporate shill, chat. That's a whole new level to me. That's a whole new level to me. The more you spend, the more you save. Yeah, true. True manga. True manga.
I think I'm a shill anyways because of what I do for a living, because I happen to enjoy Nintendo's products. I don't enjoy everything Nintendo does. I have regretted purchases I've made from Nintendo. I spent $60 of my own hard-earned money on Princess Peach Showtime. Yeah, I regret that purchase.
Most people are gonna stick with their Switches until the price goes down. Just like 3Ds.
He spent $60 fucking on Princess Peach Showtime. That is a whole. Your whole brand is about Nintendo. You're a shill. Yeah, blast.
I wish I never made it. I just had high hopes because I'm a theater kid and I love the aesthetic, and it just turned out.
Oh, theater kid. Oh,
and God. Now for our sponsor, self-awareness.
He said theater kid. Theater. Okay. Oh, God, I heard something else. Oh, God, I heard something else. I couldn't have guessed he's a theater kid. Shocking. I heard feeder kid. I heard feeder. I heard something. I was like, what does Princess Peach have to do with being a feeder? I was like, I was in a whole other. He's a thespian. Yeah, Glizzy. I was like, what the fuck did he just say?
Nope, not the game for me. Even though I played a lot of it, it didn't feel worth my money, and I never beat it or finished it because I wasn't having fun. I missed.
If the game's not fun, why even bother? I'm sure he likes feet too, seeing how much he enjoys being under Nintendo's boot. God. Listen, man, you can't be that savage, man. You gotta relax.
Want some skooma? It's pretty good.
Thank you for the skooma, B-Sums. Yeah, I do need some.
It's a lot of that Nintendo charm that you used to get from some of the spin-off games. Thankfully, there were other games that were better last year, and we did get Xenoblade Chronicles X this year, but bottom line is, obviously we were in a transition period. I should have known better.
So is he going to break out into song next week?
I like him to break out into song right now. That's what I want to hear. Where are the Dormer women at? You're in the right place. You think a Believe in Remaster will be shadow dropped on Monday? I hope so. It'd be cool.
Even though it was one of their few new games last year.
All right, do you want to get to the point, bro?
Like, yeah, this is the C and B tier teams that are just filling out the slate for Nintendo. Could have stuck with tried and true like Thousand Year Door and the rest. So I sit back and think about the Switch 2, and I'm so damn excited.
Like, you're excited.
A word
Great.
from our sponsor. Selective hearing.
Very much, Dareezy. Thank you for the 2. So you're excited, great, but you can still criticize for the excitement.
Excited. Like, I've never been more excited for a system launch than I am right now. This is the system where Nintendo enters the realm of 4K, where they touch the realm of variable refresh rates and 120 FPS, where we're going to see what we always wanted games to be, even from Switch 1, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, are going to look better on this system than ever, with updates that I actually don't have to pay extra for it, because I already own the games and the DLC and have
Expedition
NSO.
33 in 4 days. In going to come.
That's right, yeah. Totally smoke show. So you already own the original, you own the DLC, and you own Nintendo Switch Online. So you paid $60 for the game, $20 for the DLC, and you have NSO. So you're paying what? $50 a year? $40 a year? So when you stop paying for NSO, you lose the fucking upgrade? Hello? Hello? But hey, nobody tell him.
But I get to see them the way that you could really only see them in emulators before, and then have additional features on top with the phone app. I do think the phone app's a little wonky. Kind of wish it was maybe a local thing on the system, but hey, it's better than just not existing at all. I can say that. And obviously all the other Switch 2 editions that are getting extra content and DLC, I'll judge those on an individual basis.
But he's not a paid pig, guys.
Again, I got to see what the extra content is. And I have to note some things, like when people talk about $80, I heard someone criticize things like Cyberpunk 2077 being a $70 game on Nintendo Switch 2, which includes the full DLC.
Yeah.
And it's weird because when I go to the PlayStation Store, it's $50 for Cyberpunk, but that doesn't include the DLC. The DLC is sold separately for $30, making that an $80 experience to get what we're getting for $70 on June 5th.
Bro, any fucking defense. I just... I love how he thinks this is a big fucking gotcha. Oh yeah, but you know what? On your system, you gotta pay $50 for the game and then $30 for the expansion. Therefore, it's $80. Therefore, I'm getting it for $70, and Nintendo's not greedy. I win, bro. Games go on sale on other systems all the time. They shouldn't be high priced regardless.
At launch. Now, I suspect there'll be a sale. Prices might lower by then. And I'm not going to say Cyberpunk hasn't had a bunch of sales over the years.
Nintendo is giving everyone a reason to sail the high seas.
Exactly, Matt. Thank you for the 5.
Bundles and the ability to get it cheaper, but I'm just telling you what it's listed at right now on PlayStation.
He just said the game goes on sale. Gooning to 40 FPS Cyberpunk. I swear to God.
Try to relax your anus.
He just said the game goes on sale. It could be cheaper. So you literally broke your own fucking argument right there in front of everybody. Awesome.
So if it's $80 there, then $70 doesn't seem so bad.
What?
And I understand that pricing's all relative.
The game's like 5 years old. It shouldn't be $70 in the first place. Hello? It shouldn't be 70, period. I'm sorry?
And value's all relative. No matter
You're
what,
paying a fucking Nintendo tax.
what I say, it's not going to make you want things more. It's not going to make me look like anything other than just a corporate shill. And I am of a mindset that it is not my job to tell you how to spend your money. If you don't think Mario Kart World is worth $80, you don't think the Switch 2 is worth $450, you don't have to buy it. And that's okay. I bought the Wii U and a bunch of games for that, and a lot of other people didn't. And I wasn't mad that other people didn't buy it, because the bottom line is Nintendo didn't do a good job selling it to most consumers. It didn't appeal to people, so they didn't spend their money. They didn't find it worth their money. Some people didn't even know what the damn thing was. And again,
then why is he making the video? Exactly. If it looks like a duck. Yup, Armor. Not only are they old games, the game budget are also so minimal. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah, Chris, here we go again. Then what's the point of the video? Nothing. Just a fucking vent that he wants to defend a company and corporation. I swear, look, I'm going to scrub this. If he pulls out the inflation calculator, chat. Okay, I didn't see it there.
that's all on Nintendo. It is not my job to sell their products. It is my job to be honest with you about my feelings. And my feelings right now are, I'm just kind of tired.
The problem is...
Edging to 10M in 35 frames per second.
That's right. The problem is you're letting your fanboy behavior cloud your feelings. Instead of being objective and realizing that $80 games will also impact you negatively as a YouTuber who has to spend money on these video games to make the content for them, it is going to negatively hurt you as well and increase the cost of video games altogether. You are literally sitting here instead and saying, you guys, I'm so tired of all the complaining. Come on, guys. Come on. Why do we gotta complain? It's Nintendo, guys. But I'm not a corporate shill. I'm not here to defend them. He can write it off as a tax write-off. That's not how that works, senpai. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. Like, I can write off this microphone as a tax write-off. I did. I was like, oh, this is part of like my work. I can write it off for taxes. It doesn't mean that I got $500 removed from my taxes because I bought this. Does that make sense? I still had to spend the money up front and then convince Uncle Sam to take off a portion of what this cost me to then go ahead and have some sort of a discount.
Defending the game. You don't see Scott the Was or Arlo defending it.
True. True, Deep Fryer. It being a tax write-off does not mean that I get the full value of what I'm writing off. That like just because I spend money on something doesn't mean that I automatically get like my taxes reduced because of it. And the more things you write off, the more you open yourself up for scrutiny with the IRS, which is a whole other problem as well.
How long before the Switch 2 games are emulated on PC? Since it's
about
different from Switch 1.
6 months. So him writing off games doesn't mean that he's just going to start getting a bunch of discounts on his taxes. There's also a soft cap. True, yeah, LD. So you have to write off enough things for it to even matter. Yes. Which means you have to spend that money up front before you can even write anything off. So you can't even just writing stuff off, be like, oh, he can write it off, doesn't mean like they're automatically just going to get like a bunch of money back on their taxes or not pay enough. Like it's not the same. Don't you get refunds? No, in America we're 1099s as YouTubers. So we have to pay taxes every quarter. So I don't get any refunds. I have to pay. But I don't talk about that because it's not a fucking problem. I just shut up and I pay it. That's it. I budget myself correctly and I pay it. Done. Taxation is theft. Just letting that out there. Just letting that out. Taxation is theft, okay? The tree of liberty has to be watered with the blood of tyrants every now and then. Don't tread on me, I tell you. All right, listen. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. We're not gonna. I haven't had any Jack Daniels yet, okay? I haven't had any Jack Daniels yet. We're not going there. He ain't lying. No.
And what I'm tired of is just the negativity. I'm legitimately excited for something, and it feels like half the internet is trying to tell me I'm wrong for being excited.
No, it's not wrong about being excited. You can be excited. You just need to be able to call out the bullshit when you're excited about something too.
Dargoth, RTG85 was even criticizing the price and he loves Nintendo.
Yeah.
So he has my respect.
Yeah, Timothy. Thank you for the 5. Dagoth. You put an R there.
Eric July.
I don't know about that one, bother. Thank you for the 2. Tim, thank you for the 5.
Wrong for supporting Mario Kart World, even though I'm not buying it for $80. I'm going to get the bundle, right?
Oh my God. He doesn't get it. Bro, okay. We finally got to the meat of the video. I should get my tax advice from Darkside Phil. Oh my God, no.
I can sit there and try to tell you it's probably worth $80 for me, that I'll put 1,000 hours in, which is like 2 cents an hour. And for the amount of entertainment, it's definitely worth the money.
No, we're not doing the time to hour to cost.
I can make those justifications. I could try to bring up inflation calculators and all of that.
God damn it! Really? Again? Making me fucking crash out. Keep flexing, I'm almost finished. Bro. Inflation is buying power. It's not what products should be costing. What are we talking about here? Again, I only want to hear the word inflation when the word Futanari is attached to the word inflation. That's the only time. I don't want to talk about inflation unless you're saying, hey, did you see the new inflation video? It's got Futanari in it.
Coming hard.
That's it. That's the only time I ever want to hear the word inflation. Did you watch Bible Black yesterday? Yeah, that food and inflation scene was awesome. That's the only time I ever want to hear it.
I think that's all just silly because obviously pricing is all relative to the rest of the industry, and pricing is obviously relative to your own wallet. Maybe you just factually can't afford $80 games. I get it.
So you're broke.
By that logic, Minecraft should charge you $10/hour.
Yeah, $10 an hour for Minecraft. Yeah, Shikey. Cosmo says inflation means everything gets more expensive. It's not buying power. Cosmo, baby. Look at the inflation calculator. And it literally says it is the buying power of $1 in the current modern age to a previous year. That is the buying power. I think this guy gets off on spending more money sexually. Yeah, exactly. But I get what you're trying to say, Cosmo.
Maybe that means you can only buy one game a year if you're going to participate. I get it. Maybe you don't have a local library that has free rentals. Maybe you don't want...
That is true, chat. Your library does have free rentals of video games, by the way. That is as a whole other ball game that nobody knows about, which should totally be abused. Your local library does rent video games.
Labs.
Yeah, Food Labs, yeah.
They sound just like Sony fanboys.
They do,
now.
don't they? They do. You didn't know that one, Pump Man? Oh, Jesus Christ, that name. Yeah, dude, your local library will have video games that you could rent. Absolutely. Nintendo single-handedly saving libraries. So he knows all these tricks to save money and to still play games, but he's going to be like, don't look at the $80, you guys.
Want to rent games at all, so you don't want to take advantage of a service like GameFly, which now looks more appealing than ever, and I feel like it has looked pretty appealing for many, many years, really since PlayStation and Xbox launched their current generation systems.
What?
I just want to express that I understand why you're all upset. People think I am not considering the opinions of others, and I am. I actually am. I actually understand why people are upset.
This reminds me of like when you go to a girl and she pisses you off because she said something stupid, and you explain to her clearly exactly what she said that made you pissed off, and she goes, I hear you.
Playing games isn't hard when you got a library card. Used Mario Kart World games, physical, will be $80.
That's what that is. Which means you don't hear what I'm saying. You just want to ignore what I'm saying. I hear you, I just don't care. Exactly, Flame. They forget the rest of that sentence. Blood has fingers in his ears and waits until you're finished. Exactly. Yeah, Andrew, I hear you too.
About the prices. I get it. I get all the justifications. I get the yelling and screaming into the microphones about how Mario Kart didn't do anything to justify this price point. Dude, I get it. I actually am listening. It's hard not to when I've been bombarded with it for 2 weeks.
So then you should realize that everybody's right, and you should also back them up, because the fact that Nintendo will now be reducing the industry this insanely to $80 games should make you upset then, if you've heard it for 2 weeks and you hear it and you understand it. Mangaki, thank you for the prime and the follow.
Try to relax your anus.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So maybe I'm just tired of that. Maybe I'm tired of that conversation.
You wouldn't be tired of it if you actually listened to the actual arguments and you agreed with them, because you'd realize, oh, this is bullshit, and you'd be just as angry as everybody else is. But you're not.
We hear you, Alex. And we understand how you feel.
Did you fuck, goddammit, do you know?
Because you know what? Nothing's going to change. Mario Kart World is $80. The Nintendo Switch 2 is $450. Donkey Kong Bonanza is $70. Yeah, Nintendo isn't including the Breath of the Wild DLC into the Switch 2 edition when they should, which some people are then trying to twist that and to argue that it's worth $90, but nobody's saying Cyberpunk is $80 when their DLC is not packed in.
That was the biggest whataboutism I've literally ever seen. We're not talking about Cyberpunk. We're talking about Nintendo. Just because another company does something stupid doesn't mean it dismisses Nintendo's stupidity. Do you see how that works? Do you see how that works?
Cyberpunk is $80 with everything all together. Therefore, it's okay for the fuck are we talking about?
Welcome to the industry. Double standards. Nobody says Cyberpunk is an $80 game, but that's what it costs if you want the DLC. Nobody says that. So why are we holding Breath of the Wild to those standards? I'll tell you why. There's a few reasons. One,
okay. All right, chat. Put them in the chat. What do you think the reasons are? Put it in the chat. People hate Nintendo. That's number one. What do you think, chat? There's a Nintendo bias. There's a Nintendo bias, chat. Let's go. Put it in the chat. What are the reasons he's going to say? Nintendo tax. Xenophobia. Greed. Tariffs. Everyone hates Nintendo. Trump. Racism. Nintendo bias. Quality. Woke. Futanari. My economy. The Japanese. Nationalism. Shill. The Gaijin tax. Hentai. Immigrants. The inflation calculator. Come.
Because we're a bunch of PlayStation fanboys who have it out for
China.
Nintendo because Nintendo are for babies.
Yeah, Jawbreaker. They don't respect kid games. The Series S. Elon Musk. Game Pass. Good old Sleepy Joe. Pearl Harbor is a problem. That's why they're raising the price. Legendary drops is also a problem. True. Game Pass, furries, Fratanga. Mario is greedy. Me. 9/11. Hours per dollar. All right, you got your answers locked in? Let's hear it.
it's popular to hate Nintendo.
Exposed. There it is. There it is. Exposed. Exposed. Popular to hate Nintendo. Who had a chat? Exposed. Put a 1 in the chat if you were right. Exposed. Put a 1 in the chat if you were right. Exposed. If you called it, you got it right. Put a 1 in the chat. Exposed.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you. Exposed. Exposed.
How do you sit there?
Exposed. Exposed. Exposed.
How do you sit there and have the fucking balls to say it's popular to hate Nintendo? There's no way. There's no way.
People want them to fail. 2, people do have legit concerns. And when you mix haters and wanting people to Nintendo to fail with legitimate fans who are just really upset that things are jumping in price so drastically from a $60 standard to an $80, although Nintendo technically hasn't made it an $80 standard, although it feels like they have, because like Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition's $80, so like that's crazy to a lot of people. And then the relaunching Switch games, Switch 1 games, extra content for $70. It's just, I get it, it's frustrating. We don't have.
So then you're admitting that this is all bullshit. They shouldn't be doing that. It's not that people hate Nintendo, it's that the cost is too high then. Bro is crashing out. Yeah, Leo.
Have unlimited money. And it's not just happening with Nintendo. Sony just raised their prices of PlayStation 5 in Canada and a bunch of other countries. Not necessarily.
The whataboutism is back, baby. He's blowing a circuit. He's crashing out.
So the system, although some countries, they did literally raise the price of the system, they just jacked the price significantly of PlayStation Plus in Canada. You think none of that's going to come to the United States, that we're not going to see PlayStation 5 get more expensive for the second time, that we're not going to see the prices get jacked up again for like the fourth time? Yeah, everything's getting more expensive.
That doesn't mean it's okay for Nintendo to do it. And PlayStation doing it doesn't give Nintendo the pass to do it. Like, no one wants to, yeah. Like, this is, and Xbox is still the best deal in gaming. Apparently.
The best-selling platform of all time, and he thinks everybody hates Nintendo.
It's crazy, Jawbreaker. Thank you for the 5. It's fucking crazy.
I don't want Nintendo to fail. I want them to not steal my money and then say we do it because tariffs. I mean, inflation. I mean, we're doing a better product, and I'm still waiting for Metroid Prime 4 that they promised for my Switch 1.
100%, dude. 100%.
And I don't like it. So maybe I am not going to be a multi-platform console gamer moving forward. Maybe I won't buy a PlayStation 6 and have a Switch 2.
Bro, you're called Ninty Prime. It's not $1,000, Avatar. It's...
Here's a counter. Both are wrong.
It's not
Damn
1,000.
Jack man.
Thank you for the 2, Flame. Thank you for the 1, Zen. It's not
Are we watching the new Shivit tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna watch the new show on Headvid tonight. Yeah. It's not... Avatar's like, yo, $1,000 donation? What the fuck? No, dude. That's Argentinian, bro. It's a dollar, bro. Relax. It's good, bro. It's good. Relax, dude.
Maybe it's one or the other. Because even I'm feeling the crunch. I don't have unlimited money. I really don't. I know we're giving away a Nintendo Switch 2, and you can go ahead and enter down in the pinned comment in the description. And
how are you going to give away a Switch 2 when they haven't done the pre-orders yet?
I just stopped in to say you're doing it, just do it, because if you're not doing it, what are you doing to poop my pants? God bless us all. Merry Christmas.
Noob Simon, thank you for the 10. No, it's all good, Avatar. Don't worry, dude. I don't want you to freak out and be like, you just got $1,000. No, dude, never. Not even close.
And we're actually going to give away a second one. And giving away 2 of those plus buying my own. And heck, I'm paying for Eric's as well. That's already $2,000 down the bucket, right?
You're spending $2,000? You're doing a Switch giveaway on a console that doesn't have a pre-order date yet. For 2 of them. You're buying your friend one and you're buying yourself one. So before taxes, you're spending $2,000 on Nintendo? Okay, it's the 24th. So, but he's not even guaranteed to get one, let alone 4. The guy spending $2,000 on consoles is trying to tell you why not to be mad about games going to be $80. Honestly, checks out. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. True, LD, true, yeah. Hey, I'm spending $2,000, guys. $80 ain't so bad. It does have a pre-order date. What I meant to say about the pre-order date was he hasn't even guaranteed getting a pre-order, excuse me, if that makes sense. And he's not a shill. He's not a shill.
That sucks. That sucks. If it was just 4 Switches, it's $1,200, $800 cheaper. But this is a new generation. And every time we enter a new generation lately, it's led to prices going up.
Bro.
When we entered this generation with Switch, prices kind of stayed the same, but then PlayStation and Xbox launched their new stuff, and things bumped to $70, and suddenly we're talking about $500 consoles. $500 consoles, which are seemingly unheard of outside of the $599 stuff that happened with PlayStation 3. Which
consoles were, the majority of the time, $500. The 360 was what, $399? The PS3 was $599. The Xbox One was $499. The PS4 was $399. $299 for the 360. There were a lot of 360 models, so I'm getting the prices confused. But $500, I think, is like the upper limit of what a console should cost.
which didn't work for Sony. Then we get to now where we're having a Nintendo system launching at the most expensive dollar price ever at $450. And now we're seeing a game, the killer launch game, this Mario Kart World game behind me at $80. I understand that. But I hope you can understand that just because a lot of you have this deep feeling and passion and are so vehemently against what Nintendo is doing, and it's also okay for the rest of us who, you know what, are kind of tired of it to just be excited. I'm so excited.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is
Hey
it?
Alex. Loving the Oblivion music in the background. Ready
You're
for
welcome.
the remake?
I am ready for the remake. Yeah. He says, "What have I done? You made the best fucking." Come on, man. Come on, man. The band. Is it half in the bag? Yeah, here it is.
Loyalty to Disney. Loyalty to the brand. Loyalty is salvation. Loyalty is life.
That's literally him. That's literally him the entire time. That's him.
Excited for everything Mario Kart World has to bring, everything Nintendo Switch 2 has to bring. And I know you're going to say, well, Nate, Nintendo must be paying you. Oh, God, if they are, I don't know where that paycheck is. I mean, and yeah, my career on YouTube can, you say, you know, it's fair to say it's dependent on Switch 2 being successful. But even if it's not, even if Switch 2 tanks, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be making videos. I'm still going to be talking Nintendo. Because I still really like their games. I still really like their products. I don't always like all their business
Nintendo
decisions.
fanboys should be glad that people want a Switch 2 enough to care.
Loyalty
Nobody wants
to
a
the
PS5
brand.
Pro.
Loyalty is life. Loyalty above all else. I'll still be here, guys, making Switch videos. Loyalty above all.
I don't have to agree with everything. And it's up to me to decide what things are worth my money and what things aren't. If Princess Peach Showtime comes out and it is $60, like there's a second one, or it's $80 or $70, you think I'm even going to buy it? I might not even buy it for $40. I learned my lesson. I ain't going to buy that game. Maybe I buy less Nintendo games this generation because I'm more picky about what.
Been playing Street Racing Syndicate.
Hey, there you go, Drift. Thank you for the 2, bro. I appreciate that.
Nintendo has no right to cry about piracy with all the garbage they're pulling lately.
They're literally creating more piracy for themselves. But hey, you know what? Good for them, I guess, right? Thank you for the 5, Scruffy. Thank you for the 2, Drift.
Where my money goes. That doesn't mean I'm not going to enjoy. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun. And that doesn't mean that people that feel that way should be raining down on people who are actually excited. And I get it. Everyone's taking a principled stand. Well, I want to take a principled stand myself. And that principled stand is, it's okay to be excited. It is. It's also okay to ignore all the negativity out there.
You see what I'm saying? Do you see? It's okay to be excited, but it's also okay to criticize a company trying to put you over a barrel. That's what the statement should have been. Is he a therapist or a school counselor? Probably both. Don't ask questions, just consume. Agreed.
It's also okay to not give a shit if people are trying to tell you how to spend your money. Everyone thinks they have the answers. Everyone thinks they know better.
And theme. Because that's what's gonna happen with Nintendo's products.
This is literally toxic positivity. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. There's so much in this video that I have to like splice up because it's so poorly done and his thoughts are all over the place that not a single drop of it makes any fucking sense. It is so poorly done. And like none of it is even like, I don't use a script for my videos. But holy fuck, the blabbing. How many dislikes? 286.
An industry with constant layoffs. An industry that seems to be collapsing in on itself. And it's not just due to game pricing. A lot of it's due to game budgets and everything else and bad management and corporate.
So instead of the actual game industry realigning itself and realizing we're charging too much money and our budgets are too high, your solution is to just give them more money. That's your solution. The people that aren't able to budget their games, the people that can't price their games, we give them more money is the solution? Retro Ghost, thank you for the member, bro. By the way, Alex, the video I showed you the other day about choosing Switch 2 over Steam Deck has more dislikes than likes now. Oh, that's another one, yeah.
Agreed. And there's a lot that led to the situation that the AAA industry in particular is sitting in. And Nintendo has somehow avoided all of that, where they don't have any layoffs, they aren't doing anything, and they're just the most profitable they've ever been during the Switch generation. Nintendo,
because their budgets are like pennies compared to everybody else. That's they can budget correctly, so we know how much they make, so we know their games shouldn't be $80 fucking.
Bucked the trends because they did things differently. They don't lower their game prices. They are charging $80 for Mario Kart. Why? Because it's so popular they think they can get away with it. I'm not.
Expose, 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 expose.
And there it is.
Expose.
19 minutes of yapping for the actual answer. There it is. You said it yourself. Almost 20 minutes of yapping, and you realize the issue.
You are exposed. Exposed.
Absolutely ridiculous that in your own video, you literally destroy your entire argument and you admit exactly why Nintendo is charging $80 for a fucking video game. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. This is going to be Tuesday's video. 100%. With his little tweets in between.
Stupid. We know why. But they're probably right. Just like if Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out and charges $100, it'll probably get away with it. It's so damn popular. Yeah, they'll probably get away with it.
The point is to not let them get away with it. The point is you're a voice in the gaming space, even though you're a Nintendo YouTube creator. Instead of laying down like a dog and getting stepped on, you're literally sitting there and accepting it instead of saying, no, this is bullshit. Like, is he crying? It looks like it. This may be the thumbnail too. This might be the thumbnail, chat. Look at that. Look at that. He's just crying. Boy, that boy's crying. That's going to be the thumbnail. Put that boy's face right on there.
And if we're honest, a lot of us have spent way more money on other things. $80 on Ring Fit Adventure. How about all the digital deluxe editions that exceed $80 all the time? We might pay to get early access to.
That is also a bad thing. I can't. Oh no. Oh no. Who's we?
have broken games, and how much of us have like bought
Pirates raiding the bomb shop theme.
Am I going to get claimed for it if I do, Jawbreaker? Thank you for the 5.
$20 games, and they're broken day one and only fixed with $20 DLC
All this
that comes out 2 months
Yep.
later. Or how many of us have spent $60, $70 on a game only for it to be incomplete at launch and have day one DLC, which was factually cut content from the game that they're piecemealing to us.
At the PS Plus price of $225 a year.
Bro, man, it's fucking terrible, bro. But thank you for the 5, man. So he's literally admitting.
If you like the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons.
Thank you.
If you didn't, then fuck you.
Thank you for the 5, Solid Armor. I appreciate that. So you're literally describing all of the reasons that the gaming industry is bad. And instead of realizing that this is a straw that could break the camel's back in terms of game pricing and make things exponentially worse, you're using the other bad practices to justify an $80 price increase or $80 total price for a video game. This is absurd.
Because they didn't think the price of the game at $70 was worth it. They needed to actually charge you more, but then we don't count that against the standard price of the game because, hey, that's optional stuff. You don't have to have it, but then it was built before the game came out.
No,
you know why I
count
didn't
that.
care they didn't talk about DLC in the Mario Kart?
But at the same time, we also sit there and say, hey, the fact that these games go consistently on sale and they are literally set for the game of the year at the actual standard price with all the content is exactly what it should be. That's why nobody gives a fuck, because they can just wait for that game to go down in price. The absurd bootlicking is out. I'm downloading it now just in case, chat. Like, it's absurd, the bootlicking this guy's putting on here. This is why I respect you. The negativity is draining. People are determined to be unhappy. Meanwhile, I can't wait for June 5th. Gok 9000. Same here. Hard to unfollow. Had to unfollow Dreamcast guy. He's been nothing but negative about the Every Switch 2 video and has been retracted any misinformation. Oh no, dude. The drones. The drones. Great to see a YouTube creator not hop on the popular hate train. This is why Nintendo Prime is one of my go-to Nintendo channels. Unfiltered, original videos and thoughts, whether it be positive or negative. Keep up the good work, Nathaniel. Can't wait to pre-order. I just wish they'd actually tell us when we can. People are this determined to hate a console and ruin it for people who want to enjoy it. If you actually hate Nintendo and their practices, and stop giving them attention. That's me, chat. Sorry.
Domino's Pizza face rags on Switch 2 to distract from PlayStation's problems.
Probably Jawbreaker. This is crazy. Like, the actual dick sucking in this channel is crazy.
Direct today, because I'd rather there not be talking about that before the game's even in their hands. Why would you be telling me about DLC when I can't even play what's currently available? I don't want to hear about DLC until several months after the game comes out. I want to know all the ideas and everything you had.
You're preaching to the choir.
Into the game. I'm not saying you can't have a roadmap.
So then what the fuck? Then why the fuck are you sitting here being okay with $80 games? What's up, Elgant?
But that roadmap shouldn't even be touched right now. Maybe there'll be other continents. Maybe they'll add in a Zelda world and a Donkey Kong world, and they'll cross over a bunch of Nintendo IP like they did with Mario Kart 8.
Shot Pack in the chat says, "My brother in Christ, you have been giving Gaben the
I love their games, but fuck Nintendo as a company."
Hold on. I love this. Hold on. We're gonna do this real fast. My brother in Christ, you have been giving Gaben the Gok 9000 behind the Denny's because of the amount of Steam videos you have been doing. You are his bootlicker full time. Come on, Shot Pack. Come on, Shot Pack. You could do better than that. You're a twink. Come on. Look at that. Finished up my shift at the grocery store. How's my favorite Steam bootlicker? Finished up my shift at the grocery store. How's my Steam bootlicker? Harmon, I am the prophet. Garv the rage, of course you are, Pookie Bear. Finally a palate cleanser. Why the fuck did this man buy a Steam Deck just to return it for a console that's not even out yet? This is he's talking about, OJ. We finally someone who broke Alex. Just watch Harmon. You saw red. What's wrong with an opinion? If we're bleed green, then he's bleed blue. Bro, I'm trying to figure you out. How is my favorite PC pony? The Minecraft movie is good.
Twinkle, twinkle, my little star.
Harmon is going to tear his asshole a new one. Sounds like projection. Moan harder.
That bisexual bum.
I got you. Fucking got you, Shot Pack. You little fucking... You little twink. It's our favorite short, pregnant cult sex leader.
Glug, 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 glug.
And then he's got like a really good Frogan response. And then he's like he's down to shit on Frogan. But this is a bootlick for Steam. This is a whole... I gotta figure this one out. He's just one of us. True. And then hits me with the moan harder. Listen, Shot Pack. We gotta figure you out, buddy. Is he crashing out in chat? No, he's not. Look, Mom, famous. I'm also joking. I figured that. I'm not going to ban you like Reforged would.
Maybe. But I don't need to hear about that right now. I want to know that we're getting the best damn game we could. And I think we are. This, to me, looks like possibly the greatest Mario Kart game ever made.
Alex,
and it's
declassified Shot Pack's history.
True.
People are going to say it's incomplete because it doesn't have all the DLC. Well, you know what? DLC is extra content. The base game should stand on its own. People look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
You just talked about DLC being cut. And now you're saying the base game should stand on its own when there's cut content from the game. What?
Before the DLC and go, look how amazing this was. Forgetting it was actually $85 in spending to get to that point. Because it was actually a game that launched on Wii U, and it was fantastic at launch. And then they added $25 DLC, and it got praised for being really good DLC at a time when really bad DLC was coming from so many companies.
Through Rainbow Road for Nintendo.
What is this argument? They added DLC? So...
$85 spent before you ever got that $60 deluxe version. That's...
He's doing it again. He's acting like they're not going to make DLC for an $80 game, so you spend $105 for the game before you get the $80 deluxe version. That's what he's going to do. Oh, but you spent $85 for a complete version before the deluxe. Therefore, $80 is okay. Like, they're not going to do DLC for the fucking $80 game. Of course they will. It'll be $25 or $30, and you'll spend it and spend over $100 for one game. The fuck are we doing? It's not going to be free DLC. He's just whining, defending Nintendo.
That's not how Mario Kart 8 started. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe became an incredible value specifically because the Wii U tanked. And maybe a Switch 2 tanks. There'll be Mario Kart World Deluxe.
Good.
It comes out on Switch 3 or whatever the next platform is. And that will be the one that seems like an incredible value because that's going to pack in more and more content than they charge.
Should be for $60.
Billy Mays trying to get you to spend your money, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
80 for this, and maybe you get it for 60. I don't know. What I do know is I'm excited. So this is the last video I'm going to make addressing this. We talk about it a bit on the podcast tonight as well. Debbie Downers be damned. And I'm not even saying you don't have justifications. What I am saying is I have just as many justifications to be excited. I've got one life to live, man. I'm at my midlife. And you know what? I'm going to choose to be happy. Mario Kart makes me smile. I was smiling like during that entire direct.
Bro, no way, dude. No way.
It's hard to put a price on
Is this our
happiness.
GT85 uncle?
I don't know, dude. This is fucking... Oh, no, dude.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'll catch you in the next video.